welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Women of Noble Character. For those who are just tuning in, if you haven't gotten the whole intro video, which is the video, I'll have it linked down in the description, describing why I changed my channel name for those who didn't know. Before it was simply Ivy, now it's Women of Noble Character. But as explained in my first video before this one, my previous video before this one, the link for that will be down low in the description. So you can click that and watch that. You'll get an explanation of why there was a change. So I know I told you guys in that video, the previous video, that I was going to talk about certain things. So the topic I'm going to talk about today is she did herself a favor and she forgave. So with that being said, we're going to talk about forgiveness. What it means to forgive is the better question. What it means to forgive is not to be angry or resentful towards someone or people who have offended or hurt you. So us women, we struggle with forgiving people. Mostly people we date or our partners. We say stuff like, it's not fair, you don't know how bad they hurt me. I just want revenge. Let me heal first and then I'll forgive them. And then sometimes the biggest thing of all that just puts us in a place where we can't forgive is our pride. Like, we're so prideful. We feel like, like we don't owe it to anybody, we don't owe forgiveness to anyone. But let me tell you something about unforgiveness. So unforgiveness is like a boomerang, right? So you throw that boomerang and you throw it at that person who hurt you or who offended you or made you feel some type of way, and you throw it at them. And believe it or not, when you ain't looking, that boomerang is gonna come right back at you twice as hard. Because you're not only trying to hurt that person, but you not forgiving them is literally hurting yourself. So let me tell you what happens when you don't forgive. You become angry, you become very negative, you become vengeful, you become emotionally dead, you become spiritually bankrupt, and of course, which all of this fall under is you become bitter. So bitterness is a combination of all those things I just listed. Let me tell you signs of a bitter person. A bitter person, they hold grudges. They don't like cheerful people. They like hearing their own voices. They don't accept advice. They don't like change, and they seek attention. All of that is a bitter person, and that's what you become when you don't forgive. Believe it or not, as simple as you think it is, that okay, this person did this to me, and I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold them to it for the rest of my life. Believe it or not, that same little thing, it could be little. Trust me, as little as it is, by you not forgiving them, it's a big deal. Like, it's really a big deal. So with all those things that I said, those negative things, all of those affect you. It now affects your health. You become depressed, you get anxiety, you get high blood pressure, your immune system is not as strong as it's supposed to be. And that's what happens inside of your body. You have all these malice and hate in your heart for someone. It don't even have to be multiple people. Just be someone. Just one person. And that one person that you refuse to forgive, you will affect everyone else around you. In my personal life, I've been hurt before, and honestly, I don't hold anyone to anything that has hurt me. I personally can't say I have struggled with forgiving people, but I can say I have struggled with forgiving myself. I always knew how to let go of things, and I move on pretty decently. I just have a forgiving heart. I understand we're humans, we make mistakes, we do things that we just gotta learn from. We're still growing, So I always forgive, but I never forget. Not saying that, I'm just giving out forgiveness and just, acting like it didn't happen. But of course, there's going to be consequences. But at the same time, I still know how to forgive. Now, when it comes to me, I've had a hard time forgiving myself. Like when I hurt someone or if I do something offensive to somebody, I've experienced where I have found it hard to forgive. So this also is a part of that. You know, the longer I took to forgive myself, I was beating myself up about certain things, and I was just like, I just can't do this again, And I was afraid to get into certain relationships because I didn't want to do what I did before. You know what I mean? And I had to forgive myself in order to free myself from what I was afraid of. So I'm gonna reference a Bible verse right now. So Ephesians 4:26-27 says, "In your anger do not sin. Do not let the sun go down while you are still angry, and do not give the devil a foothold." So if you read that, it literally says, if something happens, between you and a spouse or a partner or just anybody, a friend, whatever it is, whoever has hurt you, offended you, and you get angry, do not let the sun go down and you're still angry. Like, meaning don't let the day go out. Do not let, another day come by and you're still angry, because that gives the devil a foothold. Now, a foothold is what the devil needs. It's like an opportunity for him to get a stronghold over you. So remember, the devil needs a foothold before he can get a stronghold. So don't help Satan to torture you, because that's all he needs. He just needs you to open that door of, okay, she's angry. Oh, okay, she's, feeling some type of way. She got some hate in her heart. I'm going to take that and I'm going to run with it. You just gave him an open door and an opportunity to just say, hey, let me take over this, hey, let me take over this young lady for a second. Let me take over her. Let me use her the way I want to use her. Because now you're angry. You let this other person affect you, and you got all this anger, malice, hate all up in you. So Satan's like, you know what? I'm gonna take over that. I'm gonna take advantage of that. Now I got this stronghold over you. And when you get in that, it's gonna be hard to get out, because you took so long to handle something that you should have handled from it first began. I don't think forgiveness is an offer of cheap grace. It's not. When I say cheap grace, I mean like, oh, I forgive him, although I know he's going to do it again. No, that's not what forgiveness is. Yes, Jesus said, forgive as much as you have to. Forgive 77 times if you have to, But he didn't say you have to put up with wrong behavior, You could be forgiving someone day in and day out. You could be the most forgiving person, but the person who you deal with or forgiving still, doing the same things over and over. I think that's a sign that you just need to get out of that, or step away from that person, or move on. And then I know people ask, why should I forgive? I've listed many reasons on why you should forgive. Simply, one of them is you don't want the devil to have a stronghold over you. 2 is you don't want to be any of those things that I listed: angry, negative, false depression, high blood pressure, anxiety, all of this stuff. All this comes from forgiveness. Literally, look at your life. Who haven't you, literally ask yourself, who haven't I forgave to why I feel like this? One of the reasons, this is my opinion, of course, I'm sure there's many reasons why you should forgive. But for me, I feel like why anybody should forgive is because it helps us to mature in faith. So Colossians 3:13 says, bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you has a grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord forgave you. So, I mean, it explains itself. Basically, I would forgive simply because I'm trying to mature in my faith, for one. And for two, we do things all the time that offends, that hurts God, our creator. Literally, we do things all the time. But why don't we see it that he forgives us, but we can't forgive someone who has done us wrong? Why is it so hard? He forgives us, and he still, gives us grace. He still, answers our prayers. He still provides for us. He still makes a way for us. He doesn't hold anything against us. Now imagine if we were to hurt God and offend him, and he decides, he's going to be angry and negative towards us, and just be like, you know what? I'm not going to bless her. She offended me, she hurt me, and hold it against us. Now tell me, would that be okay? I don't think so. I don't think a lot of us in life would be where we are in life if that was the case with God, literally. Bitterness, literally, is like swallowing rat poison, hoping the other person dies. Did you just hear what I say? Bitterness is like swallowing rat poison, hoping the other person will die. That don't even make sense. But when you think about it, it's literally saying bitterness is like swallowing rat poison, hoping the other person dies, but really it's killing you. If you want to forgive, first you acknowledge. Secondly, don't wait until you feel like forgiving. Be steadfast about it and obey God and forgive as quickly as you can. Don't wait until the devil starts to tempt you and get that foothold. He just needs that little piece of foothold. Just give him that little opportunity, and he's gonna have a stronghold of you very quickly. And he's gonna put you in a dark place. Forgiving isn't for you to heal. Forgiving is allowing you to be freed from whatever you had going on. Whatever it is that hurts you, forgiving as quick as possible, that starts the process of your healing. Thirdly, you cannot forgive without the power of the Holy Spirit. You're going to need it because naturally it's already hard. You're going to have to humble yourself and ask God for help. Because if you've been hurt to a serious degree, you're going to need the help. So fourthly, you can't walk in forgiveness and be a gossip. With that being said, you must stop repeating the offenses that was made against you. Whatever hurt you, whatever you forgave that person for, let it go. Don't bring it up no more. Let it stay where it is. Not saying to forget, but in order to move on from something, you don't continue to bring it up. You don't continue to talk about it. If it's already been done and done, it's done and done. Leave it. Don't touch it. Leave it. Yeah. If you didn't take anything else away from today, take this. When you choose to forgive, you freed the offender. But most importantly, you freed yourself. But I do look forward to making more videos for you guys. So make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. Turn on your notifications so you are notified when I post another video. Also follow us on Instagram at Women of Noble Character. I will also try to keep you guys updated on when I post another video. And I appreciate you guys for watching. If you've watched it all the way to the end, I hope I was an encouragement and an inspiration to you guys today. And I hope you guys take the initiative and forgive. Thank you. See you guys.